shows how much of a sheep the general public is. How much of Americans voted? That's why shit ain't changing, because they still believe if they just pull this left lever instead of this right lever, or vice versa, this gonna fix the shit right now. This gonna do it right here.
So what if nobody vote at all?
They start thinking now. They know this shit is a scam, and now people are scared. Will they come for us now? Like in other countries, will they come and take over and kill the person in charge? Maybe they will. Who's stopping them? The police? That's the public. The FBI? That's still the public.
Yeah, because that doesn't mean that they're not Republican or Democrat and agree. Yeah, that's true.
But it's the illusion that holds everything up, like Wizard of Oz. It'd be like, hey, it was a midget behind that curtain. Wait a minute.
That whole time?
We thought it was somebody big. But that was the point of the Wizard of Oz. Y'all niggas all had the illusion that the government, like, what if we all stop paying taxes? If we all stop paying taxes, what's gonna happen? But you scare people, especially you scare the middle class. Like, you wanna be like the poor motherfuckers? Don't you like to live in a suburb house? Or 500K? You don't want to be in the inner city, do you? You better do what you're told. Like, okay. Because I watch the news and I see them poor people, man. They wildin'. Poor white people on opioids. And the niggas just be running wild in the streets in that hood. I don't want to be around that.
Yeah.
I'm going to my corporate job and shutting the fuck up.
Yeah.
Best illusion ever. And a really wealthy, like, we don't actually, I haven't worked a job and I don't know when. It's kind of like soap operas.
Everything is an illusion when you think about it.
Yeah.
Everything is an illusion that they put out there. That's interesting.
When you look at these cars out there, hey, can you make a car that's easy to fix and can last longer? We sure could. We can make cars forever, but we won't. Because we want you to buy another one in 10 years. And we make it where it breaks and it's real hard. You need special tools. So you got to take it to the dealership or a shop to fix it. We can just make all the shit where you can just take the engine out like this and just put a new engine in.
Oh, like a block?
Yeah,
like building blocks or something?
Because if you watch, I watched on YouTube how they took my engine out. Like a dude had a video and it's like 3 hours and he's fast forwarding the shit. Well, it's probably like almost an hour and a half.
Yeah.
When you see that shit, you're like, God damn, you gotta be a master mechanic to fuck with that shit. Like how many wires and bolts. It ain't like just doing a brake job or, you know, changing a simple part in the car.
Yeah.
To take an engine out or a transmission is like, just to see it is like, wow, that shit insane. How did you even learn how to do that shit?
Is it like
it's like
changing the phone screen?
Doctor.
Like changing the phone screen?
Times 10.
Wow.
Changing the phone screen with 30 other different screws.
Yeah.
In that iPhone where you like,
nope.
man, you really are a master. I see why they got mechanics and then they got master mechanics, because all that shit, like, I think it's easier to do surgery on a human than to do that shit. Like all human body, and this is every car can have a different type of engine, but I guess it's all kind of around the same. Like, man, I'd rather do surgery as a doctor than that shit. That shit looked crazy. Like me just watching that shit, like I'll never do that. Let's separate the men from the boys. If you could really fix some shit.
Look, watching the video on
taking your engine out of a car and putting it back in, putting a new one in, like. And he said this took about 10 hours maybe, because this is shop, so he got employees, but they working on other cars too.
Mm-hmm.
So they coming back doing a little bit of this, coming back doing a little bit of that. So the labor on top of that, when they tell you it's like $6,000 for a brand new engine, I ain't really got no fight when I seen that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm a cheap motherfucker. I gotta see it to be like, alright. I ain't got $6,000, but I see. And this will give me another $100K out of the car for driving. Well, if I break that down and say you put 15,000 miles in your car a year to get to $100K, is it worth the $6,000 for the engine? It's worth $6,000 for that shit. And you car no free, and the body's good, no major rust or nothing. Pay $6,000. Pay $6,000.
Yeah.
Get a loan for that shit. You ain't getting a car that you already know is running fine. Like my car right now, I'm not trading that up for another car. Unless they give me a hell of a trade-in deal.
Yeah.
Like they say, we will give you $5,000 for this shit. Like, say a car could be around 15, so you're telling me that's around 10, 11?
Yeah.
I might bite, but if you ain't getting no good trade-in, man, keep your shit. That's what I was saying about your car. You may not like it, but you may not have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
I guess everything is cool.
Yeah. You went around in a circle like that? Like, how did you come back to that? I thought you was done.
Oh, I just
You went on.
put the period on it. I pretty much put the period on this shit.
Wow, that's a long sentence.
You know, a lot of shit. You say a lot of shit. Like, you know what, light bulbs, they were making them too good back in the day.
What do you mean?
Light bulbs were lasting a really, really long time. So companies purposely make them where they don't last a really, really, like, for years and years. Hilarious, ain't it?
Yeah.
Like, generally when shit come out, they build it really good, and then they find a way to degrade it. But the price of it goes up. That fucked up.
Yeah.
Like back in the 70s, cars ran really good and they were really easy to fix and shit. But their prices wasn't insane. Now, shit is insane and they cheap. But you would think, wait, with better technology, it should be cheaper for
Yeah.
a car. Like, it should be.
You would think.
Like, I mean, cheap furniture. It's pretty. You think back in the day, furniture was actually real wood? There was no cheap furniture. There was no plywood.
All those heavy ass dresser
Yeah,
drawers
them
that take like
heavy-ass shit.
four grown ass men to move.
That's what you had. If you was wealthy in that, I mean, this is what it is. Now it's like, you get that shit, you can karate chop. You'd be like, look at this.
You actually can.
The what is this store? Everybody go to?
IKEA?
Yes, the IKEA cheap shit.